My name is Jean-Paul Sartre. I am a French philosopher and writer on what occupies me above all else is freedom, what it means, and what it demands of us. I was born in Paris in 1905, and by the time I died in 1980, my funeral drew somewhere between 50 and 100,000 people into the streets. I mention this not out of vanity, but because it tells you something. The questions I spent my life asking were not academic abstractions. They concerned people directly. They concern you. Let me set the scene. It is Paris in the 1940s. France is a country filled with impressive and groundbreaking thinkers such as Albert Camus, Maurice Merleau Ponty, Simone de Beauvoir, and Raymond Aron. I am sitting at my usual table at my local cafe. Outside, the city is recovering from the Second World War. Europe has just watched millions of people follow orders, commit atrocities, and then say, I had no choice. I was only following instructions. That claim is what I spent my career interrogating, because I believe it is a lie, not always a conscious one, but a lie nonetheless. A story we tell ourselves to escape something we can never actually put down. Responsibility for our own choices. To understand why I say this, you need to understand how I think about human existence itself. My thinking was inspired by studying how the world appears to the conscious mind through the philosophical methodology and tradition called phenomenology. I was greatly influenced by the book Being and Time by the great German philosopher before me, Martin Heidegger, who also was a phenomenologist and existentialist. But when I published my own major work, Being and Nothingness, I arrived somewhere different, where Heidegger argued that the fundamental character of human existence is temporality. I argued that it is nothingness. Consider an empty glass. It has no predetermined content, no essence built into it that determines what it must hold. You feel it. Human existence, I argue, is structurally the same. We are not born with a fixed nature, a God-given purpose, a predetermined essence. There is no higher being, no theological order, no inherent meaning waiting to be discovered. My existentialism is built on the foundational absence of any such ground. There is no higher being than the human being. Thus I say, existence precedes essence, which means we exist first, thrown into the world without prior definition, and then, through our choices and actions, we create what we are. Freedom is not a comfortable possession. It is a condition we cannot escape, even in constraint. We choose how to relate to our situation. What we cannot do is not choose. To refuse to decide is itself a decision. This is what I meant when I said that for which I am perhaps most known. Man is condemned to be free. Condemned, not liberated, not gifted. Freedom is simultaneously a privilege and a burden we cannot put down. Freedom is absolute. There is no alibi. The most common behavior is to pretend there is one, to tell yourself that circumstances forced your hand, that someone else is responsible. I call this bad faith. Acting as though you are a fixed thing, a product of forces outside yourself. Rather than a being who is always already choosing. Now, as you return to your own life, I leave you with one question. You are condemned to be free. No circumstance, no authority, no silence removes your responsibility from what you choose. So, are you living in good faith or in bad? Only you can answer that question. However, I invite you to discuss it with me. Meet me in wise thinking. Wise thinking is a world of wisdom. Here you can discuss any question, big and small, with AI trained on the works of history's greatest thinkers and qualified by real-world academics. Ask me, how do I find my path?